So what we're doing right now is squaring up the hood the best we can with the fenders, try to get that look and that feel. So this is what we've got to fill right now, is that big, huge void. Should be 12 inches. Let's take a look. Almost perfect. Now let's go check the other side. Okay. What you boys doing?
He's trying to bend my thumb.
No, he was trying to bend my thumb. I was just holding my fist out.
Don't try to reverse psychology me.
Fine, run into my fist.
Oh,
Stop it, boys.
that's not reverse psychology.
You told me not to use reverse psychology, so that's not what I did.
We're within 1/8 of an inch. I like it. I could easily work that way. Now we're at the point, now we need to start figuring out our body support and get the hood cut. I don't know if I'm gonna get the hood cut tonight. I need to figure out supports for this thing first. Okay. So I am planning on dropping the whole body about 4 inches. I've got a fix for a problem inside the cab, and that should get me about 4 inches in height. Still a bunch of work, but it should be a lot better. I don't know which, I think we're gonna try to get a better hood for this front section, guys. Here, let's go look at this. See, this one has got a big old dent right here, and it's got Bondo up top there. This is the one that had the Bondo that I popped off with a knife the other day. Over here we have our other two hoods, but
One's a 4600, the other's a 4
yeah,
360.
but this one has got a big old crease in it here, big dent here. This is the original hood for that cab, and then this one here has got a whole bunch of damage right here. So I think I'm going to try to find a better hood, because that's a lot of body work. Well, I want to use the whole hood section on that, and then 12 inches off of another hood. Okay, so we can cut 12 inches off the back of any one of these. We'll take all the house paint off this one, of course. And then I just need a good nose, and that one has got Bondo and everything on it. We can sandblast that one, but we've got the crease up front above the F600 that might be a little difficult to get out. Let's see.
Can't we take off just the nose?
The problem is there's no access underneath it to pound that dent out. And if you pull just the nose out, it's all basically laminated and welded together. And yeah, there's no access. There's not access in here. So this is an inner layer, and then through there is the outer layer. So there's really not any access to come in here and pound this out. So because we can't pound that out, it's not going to do us much good. We've got plenty of room in here now, though.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to have a lot less room in here, but we should have plenty of room for the intercooler and the radiator for I'm tired. The air conditioning condenser. So we should have plenty of room for those. And then we're probably going to have to think about doing 2 different transmission coolers, I think is what we'll do. So we'll flow through one, then through the other. I think that's what we'll do. Because that's got a massive transmission cooler on it. And that's just not going to work for us.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we'll do that. But I want to drop this down. If we drop down, even 4 inches will make a huge difference on this. I was planning on using like these for the front body mounts, but we might end up peeling these pieces off or using these for like the winch or something. But I think what we're going to do is use this, and we're going to bolt up right in here, something here for the whole front body. We'll laminate it to this piece, or we'll join it with it or something, or we'll just rebuild that piece. We might be able to just rebuild that piece into a new piece and do it exactly how we want it instead of having it some kind of random. We'll be able to just do a whole big piece that'll support the radiator and the front support without a problem. And then we'll put our front body mount probably right here, and then run that up and over. So we're going to use the same body mounts that we have here for the cab, and then use another set in the back. I've changed my mind on doing air ride. I don't want to have to separate all this, so we're not going to do air ride on the back. It's going to save me a whole bunch of supports. So should we reveal what we're doing on the roll cage? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What I'm planning is an external roll cage. So I'm planning on coming off somewhere, and it might even come through this, through here, off of this support here. We're gonna do a 12-inch radius, the 4.5-inch OD pipe. This is schedule 40. And then it's gonna come up somewhere about here and then bend up to match with the cab. So it's gonna have to come out like here. That'll be good, because I'll be basically a hair bit wider than the tires there, which will be good. Okay, I'm worried about my overall width. I just don't want to be 10 foot. So,
What is the legal width we can go?
you know, I don't know, I need to check on that. I know
Yeah.
at 10 foot you have to have a permit. I don't know if it's over 8 foot or what. Basically, we're tight. We're at about 8 foot with outside tires here. Mason, come back here to the back tire. Okay, there's a bulge right here, just on the outside of that. Okay. All right, so we're just under 8 foot. Basically, the hubs, outside of this hub is 8 foot. Okay, thank you. The outside hub is 8 foot. So as long as we shoot to be under 8 foot, we'll be fine, which that puts us dang close. We'll be basically riding almost against this. We'll just do a tiny bit of clearance from the fender. And if we have to, we'll notch the fender, right? A little bit of hammer work, sledgehammer work. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm planning on coming out, coming up, and then turning. It's gonna roll and turn and come up. And actually, we might even do it different. I've got an idea on this. So I think we're gonna come from somewhere, and it might even be out of the hood right here. Bring another pipe this way, just from outside, so it'll come from inside and pop through the hood and turn. That actually might work really well.
That would look awesome.
Well, because a couple reasons. We could leave this 12-inch piece and fold it and bend it and then actually put new hood mounts on and make that hood functionable too. So even though we got a 12-inch extension here, that'll have the roll cage through it, okay? And then I'm planning on putting the filter under the hood or even kind of cut into the fender somehow. I was trying to decide. It would really be really cool to use this section here to put a filter into that fender. And that would also help me clean up a lot of these body lines as well.
Yeah.
Do that on both sides, that'd be kind of cool. But it almost look too much tank-like. All right, so then if we take that and turn that pipe out here, and actually if we do a sweep up, and then we just use this as structural, but we use this 90 here, and then it'd be probably about an 80, I don't know. Actually this is probably gonna be over a 90. Just slightly over, it's probably about 100 degrees. And then, so it can turn back, or we're gonna have to turn it, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But then we'll sweep it up and go up this way. And then my thought is, the reason we're gonna come out from underneath the hood is we're gonna put the air scoop here and actually use the roll cage as a snorkel. Why not? So we'll reinforce inside of it up here, and we'll use it as a snorkel. And then also we'll put a rack on top. Oh, I see that smile, Tegan.
Yeah.
I thought you knew that.
I didn't know we were gonna snorkel this.
Oh yeah, we're snorkeling it. It gets better, okay?
That's awesome.
And then, so we'll put a rack across the top, and then basically the exhaust is gonna do the same thing on the back, but pretty much straight up. So we're gonna take the exhaust underneath, and then it'll come up and it'll Y and go up and straight out the back. So that's my plan with that.
That's awesome.
So we still have the muffler somewhere for this thing. We'll see. We'll use a muffler. We'll use a muffler for now. Okay. All right. So I think we should go eat dinner. Take a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
So and then we'll come back out. We'll measure this up, and we're mocking everything up. We're getting everything together, and then we need to start working on our structural supports for this. But I think dropping this 4 inches is going to make a big difference on the look and the appearance and everything of this. I didn't want to drop it, but I don't see any other choice because we're just getting too tall with the rack and everything. I want to put the spare tire up on top of the rack, and by the time I do that, I'll barely be legal even for residential area with this. And then putting it on a trailer is going to be a whole nother situation.
How wide are the tires?
What?
How wide are the tires?
Width, it's just under 8 foot. It's just, this is
Well, I mean just the tire itself.
Oh. They're 14 and a half.
And that's adding an extra foot to
14
the top.
and 3/4. What?
That's adding an extra foot to the top.
Oh, well, yeah, but yeah. So 14 inches, yeah. So that's a concern. So we might have to figure out something else on it. Maybe we do end up putting the spare back here somehow. We'll figure it out. We'll get to it. But I'm getting a little long-winded right now, and Tegan, you're blocking the camera behind your head.
Yeah. For
The whole
past
time.
10 minutes has been your
crap.
hair.
Yeah. So you're doing good at that camera, but you're blocking the other camera. So that's going to be pretty funny. That's going to be a good blooper. Jess, you need to get that off the other camera, off the Canon. Yep. All right, it's dinner time. Thank you so much for your comments, your likes, subscribing, all that. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. It makes a big difference for us. And I'll tell you, it's exciting for us too. It's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait,
What?
I had a really funny idea.
What's that?
It's going to be really loud. So once we finish this, we do a tug of war between this and the Cobra. That'll be a
I'm
lot
not
of-
damaging my Cobra.
Mason, the Cobra would not pull it.
Yeah, I know.
No,
It'd
would-
just be loud.
Yeah, it would just be a mess. I gotta.
It also destroy the tires.
Well, no, it would just drag the Cobra.
Yeah.
And then if somebody didn't hit the brakes, the Cobra would go underneath this truck and get destroyed. So, yeah, we're gonna drop the body 4 inches, especially now that I see it like this. And we've got the room with the radiator, we've got the room with the cab, and then we're going to put some type of retro AC system in it. I was going to build my own, but then I was not aware of these other AC systems and heaters. And now that I know those, it's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. It's definitely worth the money and the time and the effort to buy one that's already been made, because they make one for this truck, but they make it for a regular cab. And so they said what we can do though is we can put a second unit in the back, like underneath the front seat or something, to blow in the back, and we just have to wire the fittings and that with it. So it's fairly simple. But I want to see if we can get a big unit underneath the dash now that we're cutting the firewall and everything even more. So, all right, we're gonna get to it. We'll go from there. I got a mustache here in my way.